Hey guys, I'm going to show you a delicious breakfast sandwich today. I grew up eating this, and I've talked to a lot of people and never really ran across anybody that does it like this. Come on down here and look. It's going to take a dozen eggs, which is an 18 count, but I'm only going to get a dozen. And it takes a 16 ounce pack of sausage. Now you don't have to fix as big a quantity as what I'm going to fix here, but we eat breakfast sandwiches, 3 days, maybe 4 days out of this. So it's going to be our breakfast for like the next 3 to 4 days. All right, guys. We're going to go ahead and get our sausage ready. I fry the sausage before I do the eggs because while the eggs are cooking, I want to let the sausage, it's not going to have a lot of fat, like grease on it, but I want to let it drain a little bit. And as you know, I've got all my stuff here. I've got my bowl to bust my eggs in, my trusty pig whisk, and I've got a new spatula I'm trying. It's from Dollar Tree. It was $1. It's Betty Crocker. I'm gonna let you know how that does. But I'm gonna go ahead and I cut my sausage, and we're gonna get the sausage into the pan. And my pan is not quite hot yet. I'll cut to it in a few minutes while it's frying up and let you know how that's looking.
Hi, Jason. Hi.
Are you filming? Yeah. Idiots.
What you doing here?
Frying sausage.
So you just want to crumble it up?
Yeah, we're just cooking up a whole pound.
You didn't have it on the stove, all you idiot.
I just moved it off there. Idiot.
How long you been frying it?
I think we've been frying maybe like 4 or 5 minutes. I've got my temperature on about 6.5, 7. The sausage has not got a lot of fat in it. I don't think I'm gonna have to drain this. I'm gonna let it cook a little bit longer, just because I want it kind of good and browned, I guess you would call it.
How's my new spatula treating you?
The spatula's good on the sausage so far. What I'm curious about is when I go to put the eggs in, how it's going to perform. But so far for $1, I would buy a couple of these. They're very hard. There's no give to them. So keep that in mind, folks. If you have a Dollar Tree in your neck of the woods and you're looking for a cheap spatula, so far it's pretty good. The reason we bought this, we have bought numerous Betty Crocker stuff from there, especially the scissors, the kitchen shears,
Yeah.
and they've always been good. And that's why we bought these. Anyway, I'll be back in just a second. We're going to go ahead and start cracking some eggs, and I'll be right back with you.
Look at this. He put me to stirring. He's over here cracking eggs.
Your mama's cracking eggs. Got eggs on me, guys. Now, this is 10 eggs. These are going to be my last 2. I didn't want to make you watch me bust a dozen eggs. So you get to watch me bust 2 eggs. And there we go. Now I'm going to use handy dandy Mr. Pig. I probably should have got a bigger bowl to whisk in, but it is what it is. We're committed now. This is our life.
You know you got your sausage off?
What?
The sausage is
Yeah,
off.
turn it back to 6. 5, I'm sorry. Alright guys, and I'm still trying to whisk up these eggs. This step isn't really super vital. You can bust them in the pan. And I got my towel here. This is going to be to clean up. Mr. Kitty Cat, I'm borrowing you.
Oh no.
Stealing your pepper.
Oh geez.
And I'm going ahead and pepper in here, guys, so I can see how much I got going in. And the salt, I'm not going to go like crazy. Now, here's a little special ingredient. My wife doesn't know I put this in, but this is a little hot sauce. And I don't put a lot, just a little bit. And it's really just for like slight flavoring. And remember, that's a 16-ounce sausage and 12 eggs. And this is going to make a lot of sandwiches. So if you need to cut it down a little bit, you know, you can half it for sure. But we end up eating this for, I mean, probably 3 or 4 days. You can pack it for lunch. We don't just eat breakfast at early times. We eat it any time. So what I'll do is once this is done, I'll show you what we do after that. But you'll put it on toast and have it as a breakfast sandwich. So you'll have to stir this constantly while it's cooking to cook up the eggs and sausage mixture. And we'll be back in just a few minutes after it starts cooking. Alright guys, we're still cooking. I'm stirring just a little bit as we're going. That is coming out real nice. And I hope you guys enjoy this little breakfast sandwich. I've grew up eating it my entire life. Sherry had never had it until we got together. And she really enjoys it too. I mean, it's just a good, quick, you know, breakfast option. And it's not going to break the bank. It's a dozen eggs. 16-ounce container of sausage. And we're going to have a little mayonnaise and a little bit of ketchup in the mixture once it's cooked. And it gets served on toast. So you could buy a loaf of bread, a pack of sausage, a thing of eggs, and it's going to cost less than $10 and it'd be a nice breakfast sandwich. You could probably make 8 sandwiches, I would say, out of it. 8 or 10. So it's a good economical option. Alright guys, all our sausage and our egg are cooked up quite well. And that's what we want. Everything's done. Everything's cooked very good. Sausage cooked up fully before we even put the eggs in. And now all the eggs are cooked. So we're going to go ahead and turn our stove off before I even take it off the heat. And you all know why. Talk about it in every video. It's because I'm bad at forgetting. And we'll take this to the trash can as we go. Alright. Woof. A little warm. We're going to put this down into our bowl without spilling it, hopefully. Right, Sherry? And alright, cool beans. Let me put this in the sink. Woof. Okay, now this is where, if you don't like mayonnaise and you need to use Miracle Whip or whatever, we're going to put mayonnaise and ketchup in the mixture. And I always do the ketchup first. Because it's going to help cool down my mixture just a little bit. And I'm going to stir it in. And it's not gonna go super heavy.
How much ketchup was that?
I would say start with a cup, but then you're gonna want to go maybe a little more. And I'm just looking for a slightly reddish kind of tint to it right now. And guys, this is going to be the equivalent of if you had a little breakfast sandwich and you put mayonnaise and ketchup on it, which is what I do with a breakfast sandwich because I like the flavor of mayonnaise and ketchup with eggs and sausage and cheese. Now, with the mayonnaise, you're going to go, I would say that's a cup measurement. We're probably going to do a cup. but I'm not really gonna measure. So we're kind of just eyeballing it. And I think I'm gonna go, I don't know, that looks pretty good. Some people like a little more mayonnaise and ketchup. I kind of like to leave it not as runny because I'm gonna eat on it, like, you know, for breakfast sandwiches for a few days. So I want it about that consistency. So that's looking really perfect. It's kind of a pinkish color with the mayonnaise and the ketchup and the sausage and the eggs. Now, give me just a moment. I'm gonna put some toast in and I'm gonna build a little sandwich and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, got some hot fresh toast. And now you're just building a delicious sandwich. And some people put cheese on it. I do sometimes, and sometimes I don't. I'm just not always a cheese guy. But you're not going to want a whole lot of this. That looks perfect. And that's going to be a delicious, and you can go thicker or not. That's a delicious breakfast sandwich. It's sausage and egg, and like I said, you can put cheese on it. It's already got your mayonnaise and your ketchup in it. You're gonna let this come. You're gonna let your mixture come to like room temperature before you put it into the fridge, just so it doesn't, look at that. And I mean, this is delicious. I love it. And I've been eating it my entire life. It's just, it's good. You're gonna let this kind of cool down a little bit before you put your lid on it and put it in the fridge. But when it comes time to have a sandwich, you're gonna get enough out, put it into a bowl, heat it in the microwave, and then have your toast ready on the side, load it up, and it's good to go. Top eats. Join us next time.